Hi guys! So today I'm doing my first of hopefully many beauty tutorials. And last week I asked for questions from you guys, what you'd like to know. And one of the questions that I got was for a quick, easy, natural makeup look. So I decided to come to you makeup free to give you an idea of what I do on the days that I'm in a hurry. The days that you don't have to wash your hair, so you throw it up in a quick bun and you need a quick makeup look to go with it. So today, as of right now, all I have on is tinted moisturizer, and I'm actually using Mark Get a Tint moisturizer. I believe it's in the medium tone, and I've had it for so long I don't even know what shade it is anymore. So you can see I have multiple blemishes on my face that I want to cover up, and today I'm going to be using Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer in Medium Golden. And the way that I like to put it on is I like to put a little dab on the back of my hand, not big, just a little. And I'm using the MAC Concealer Brush 194. I've always used this for concealer. So I'm going to first work on my eyes, and always draw your concealer on in lines. Don't dot it, it's easier to blend if you're doing lines. I'm also going to touch barely all the spots that are red on my face, which right now I have a lot, unfortunately. And I always like to throw a little bit around your nose because you just naturally get redness around your nose if you're dry, and right now I do have dry skin. Okay, so from here, what I do is I like to pick up the excess on my hand with a beauty brush or a sponge. It's not the Beauty Blender brand, it's actually just a Sephora sponge, but I like it just as well. And then I just sponge over my concealer to blend it. Don't pull and drag your skin. That's the whole point of not using your fingers to blend your concealer under your eyes, is because the skin there is so delicate and you don't want to pull that skin because that's what causes wrinkles prematurely. So by using a sponge, you're just dabbing it on enough to lay evenly on your skin. Okay, so this is a really quick natural look, so that I'm not even going to be wearing foundation today. And most days I really don't, but today I'm actually using just regular bronzer. It's from Wet n Wild. I've used it so much that it's almost completely gone, but I love it because there's very little shimmer in it, and that's hard to come by with bronzer because I don't like when your bronzer leaves a heavy gold. It doesn't look natural. This is Wet n Wild Color Con, and it's in Ticket to Brazil, $7.39. I'm not a big Wet n Wild fan typically, but this bronzer does the trick for me. I am not your typical bronzer girl. I don't just put it on my cheeks. I kind of work it all over my face since I don't wear foundation. So I start with my oval shape. You can see I do it all the way around my face. And then I work it down my nose a little bit, blend it so that it looks natural. And I'm using this is terrible, an old MAC brush that actually broke, but is my favorite brush for bronzer, and I just can't let it go. I don't even know what number it is because I've never found one that I liked the density of. So I'm just gonna keep blending till I get the look that I want. And like I said, this is a fast look, so it's not going to be my most perfect face ever, but it's going to be good enough to get out of the house quick, but fill with makeup. And always, whatever you do on the edge of your face, bring it to your neck. Okay, so now that I've got my bronzer on, I can kind of see that there are some spots that came back through that are gonna need concealed again, but I'm gonna put that off for right now. For a quick blush, I'm gonna use Maybelline's Dream Bouncy Blush, and it's in Fresh Pink, and I love this blush. The consistency is like, kind of like a Play-Doh almost. It's really an odd feel, but I love it. I'm just gonna use a small blush brush and work on my cheekbone. So just enough to give yourself a little bit of color. Maybe blend it a little bit with your bronzer brush. And then I'm gonna go over it. One of my favorite, it's not really a blush, it's more of it's called Instant Cheekbone. It's a 3-part highlighter / blush duo, or not a duo, it's actually a trio. And this is in, actually I don't even have the color. Oh, it's in Crystal 2201. I've been using this for so long, somebody recommended it to me and I love it. So I like to use the middle color here. It's very peachy, and I just like to work up my cheeks a little bit with that. And it adds a nice little shimmer. And then I like to take the darker, the very first one, and just run it across my cheekbone to get a good highlight. Okay, so we're keeping it really, really natural today. So I'm going to be working with my Naked 2 Urban Decay palette, and I'm going to make it really easy and use a brush out of it. And I'm only going to be using the very first color, which is Foxy, and I'm going to do it from lash line up to brow. It's a super, super neutral color. You can't even tell that you have anything on. It's perfect for that no makeup look. Then from there, I'm actually going to take the third color, which is Booty Call. It's a very, very light shimmer, and I like to just put that right under my brow bone and blend it. So let's talk about eyebrows. I mean, even when you're not wearing makeup, that's the most important part of your face. I just got this eyebrow wand that's from e.l.f. $1, and it's perfect because I use it on my eyebrows, I use it on my eyelashes, everything. But I like to get my eyebrows just a little bit into place before I do anything. And my favorite thing for my brows right now is this e.l.f. lifter and filler. I'm using it in dark, ivory / dark, because one side is for the brows and the other side is a concealer, which is right under the arch. I rarely use that. I just use the brown typically. So when I'm doing my eyebrows, I already have naturally dark eyebrows, but I like to make them more of just a bolder color right over my eyes, because that's the shape of your brows completely can change the whole look of your face. So I'm gonna do it really messy, and then I'm gonna show you how I clean it up. So I just take a line right across the bottom. I'm gonna draw a couple up, fill this in, and then one across the top like that, and down. And if you get it really messy, don't worry about it. I mean, this is so easy to clean up. Okay. Pretty bad, right? So from there, I just take an angled brush. Any angled brush that you have will work as long as it's kind of dense, because that's what really is the magic part here. And you just blend. Alright, there. From there, I like to use e.l.f. the Wet Gloss and Lash. It's just clear mascara, basically. One side says eyebrows and one says eyelash, but it doesn't really matter. Probably the same. I just like to put a thin coat on to hold my eyebrows in place, because I have pretty long eyebrows for whatever reason, and I try to keep them trimmed, but sometimes, you get a wild one. You want to just keep them in place. It's kind of like hairspray for your eyebrows. Okay. So next I'm going to do my eyelashes. sometimes I curl my eyelashes and sometimes I don't. I like to curl them because I have such long eyelashes that when I don't, they kind of just go everywhere. So by curling them, it kind of just gives them a more uniform look. I just use the Trim brand of eyelash curlers. I get them at Target. I think it's like $1 or $2. Just hold it for a couple quick seconds and then they look so much better. You can tell from this side to this side, this one looks just much more done. If I have a lot of time, I'll zap my eyelash curlers with a hairdryer just for a few seconds, get it warm, not hot, just warm, and it curls your eyelashes so nicely. Today I'm using I'm using my favorite mascara, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous, but I use the Power Volume Collagen, and I use it in black, or blackest black, whatever the darkest one that I can get when I'm shopping that day. But it's my favorite one. You can tell by the wand that it's got so many bristles, and it just is so easy to apply because of that. So I'm just gonna throw on a quick coat here of this. When I'm wearing a no makeup look like this, that's very natural, I don't like to put mascara on my lower lashes because I have extremely long lower lashes, and I just feel like it just is way too much to look natural. So I just completely ignore those. So I'm just gonna take the Q-tip and where I got messy. This is the part where I use my eyebrow wand again, and I just like to, while they're damp, just run it through there to plug any clumps and to make my lashes just look more separated and just give them a natural look. Because there's nothing worse than having your eyelashes look like spider legs. Just clean up here as I can. So I naturally have dark circles under my eyes. A lot of girls do, I know that. The way that it works with concealer is that whatever you're trying to conceal is the opposite color on the rainbow of concealer you're supposed to use. So basically, if you got circles, the circles are essentially purple. Opposite of purple is yellow. So you want to use a yellow concealer to try to conceal those purple circles. Just like when you have a pimple that's red, you want to use a green concealer to conceal the red because it's opposite the color. So today I'm just using the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer, and I'm using it in the yellow tone, which is CW10. And I'm going to do just a couple of dots right here to just try a little bit extra coverage. Most girls don't have to do concealer twice under their eyes, and you might not want to, you might feel like it looks a little bit cakey, but for me, I just feel like I need a little bit extra. So I do that. Let's do lips really quick, and then we'll be done. I'm just gonna use my Rimmel full color lip liner, and I'm using it in 030, and that's actually natural. So I'm just gonna line my lips quickly. And then I'm going to use, actually this is a new lipstick I just got and I love the color. It's an NYX and it's an iris, and it's like a taupey tan, but it's got this beautiful sheen to it that you can see. It's just really, really pretty, and it's a nude but not quite. And then my favorite gloss to go on anything is NARS Turkish Delight. It's just that really pretty natural color with a little bit of shine. And to finish it up, my favorite translucent powder is NYC. It's Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder and translucent. And I'm just using a Bobbi Brown powder brush, smaller one. And always try to knock off some of the powder because it goes on thick. And I like to take a little bit down the tip of my nose and a little bit up underneath my cheekbones for a very light highlight contour effect. Blender. Oh, for blending, this is my favorite brush ever. It's the Real Techniques powder brush. I just got it and oh my gosh, it is the smoothest, softest, nicest makeup brush I've ever used. So just blend everything in. And last touch is a little bit of highlighter. This is the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter. I am so surprised I use so much e.l.f. because it's probably the cheapest makeup brand out there, but I really love it. This highlighter, I think it's just as good as any MAC highlighter, any other brand. I love it. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my blush brush actually that I used earlier. Just take a little bit right on your cheekbone, a little bit on there. I like to take it just on the tip of my finger for a quick apply. Right down the bridge of your nose and blend. A little bit on your Cupid's bow. I like to do a little bit on the inner corners of your eyes. And then your brow bone. And then Alright, so there you go. It's really quick, really natural, really easy. It's not perfect by any means, but it's quick, gets you out the door fast, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks!